What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. We now have Representative Jim Jordan absolutely coming unglued, exploding in this new clip as he's exposing new evidence of corruption on Secret Service Director Ms. Kimberly Cheatle. This newest update on the Congressional floor. I'm excited to check this one out, see exactly what's come out, how Jim Jordan is going to hold Ms. Kimberly Cheatle accountable for her actions, her negligence in that Butler, Pennsylvania rally where she was said to have supposed to have been protecting Donald Trump, but was off duty, guys. Let's get straight to the clip, see exactly what's going on. I'll save my thoughts for the back end, guys. Definitely stick around to the end. Guys, get my thoughts on the back end. And also, you two push this video out. Definitely stick around till the end, you guys. But let's get straight into it. Before we do that, though, make sure you guys hit that like button for me and also hit that subscribe button as we're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. Let's get into it, y'all.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Director, were you guessing or lying? The day after President Trump is shot, Secret Service spokesman Anthony Guglielmi said, quote, "The assertion that a member of the former president's security team requested additional security resources that the U.S. Secret Service or the Department of Homeland Security rebuffed is absolutely false." The next day, Secretary Mayorkas said, "That is an unequivocally false assertion. We had not received any request for additional security measures that were rebuffed." But 5 days later, the Washington Post said this: "Top officials repeatedly rejected requests from Donald Trump's security detail for more personnel." The next day, the New York Times said this: "Mr. Guglielmi acknowledged that the Secret Service had turned down some requests for additional federal security assets for Mr. Trump's detail." So which is it? Because both statements can't be true. Were you guessing or lying when you said you didn't turn down requests from President Trump's detail?
Neither, sir, and I appreciate the question.
Well, what were you doing? Because those statements don't jive.
So what I can tell you is that for the event in Butler, there were no requests that were denied. As far as requests...
Well, maybe they got tired of asking. Maybe you turned them down so darn much, they said, not worth asking. How many times did you turn them down ahead of that?
I think that it is important to distinguish between what some people may view as a denial of an asset or a request.
Well, is Mr. Guglielmi your spokesperson? He said he acknowledged the Secret Service had turned down some requests. I'm asking how many?
A denial of a request does not equal a vulnerability.
Well, tell me what it is.
There are a number of ways that threats and risks can be mitigated with a number of different assets, whether that be through personnel, whether that be through technology, or other resources.
Well, tell the committee which it was. They asked for additional help in some form or another. You told them no. How many times did you tell them no, and what did you tell them no to?
Again, I cannot speak to specific incidents, but I can tell you in general terms, the Secret Service is judicious with their resources based on...
What does some requests mean? How many times? Some indicate requests is plural. So more than once they asked for additional help and you turned them down. What did they ask for and how many times did you turn them down? Pretty basic questions.
So again, without having all of the details in front of me, sir, what I can tell you is that there are times...
You didn't get briefed on how many times you turned down the Trump detail when they asked for additional help?
I'm sorry.
You didn't get briefed on that before you came to this hearing knowing you were going to get asked that question?
What I can tell you is that in generic terms, when details make a request, there are times that there are alternate ways to cover off on that threat or that risk.
But that's not what he said. He said they were denied certain requests, some requests. This is your spokesperson, not me talking. This is the Secret Service talking. And what a change from absolutely false, unequivocally false to, oh, by the way, there were some times where we didn't give them what they wanted. That's a huge change in 5 days. And the fact that you can't answer how many times you did that, that's pretty darn frustrating, not just for me, but for the country.
I hear your frustration.
Let me ask you this. Were any of those requests denied to President Trump's detail after you knew about the Iranian threat?
What I can tell you, again, I don't know the specifics, is that there are times when we can fill a request. It doesn't necessarily have to be with a Secret Service asset or resource. We can fill that request with locally available assets.
You spoke to anyone at the White House since July 13th?
Yes, I have.
Who'd you talk to?
I have briefed the president and the vice president.
Talk to the First Lady?
No, I have not.
Talk to the White House staff? Anyone in the White House communications?
No, I have not.
Have you talked to the counter sniper who took the shot that took out the bad guy?
Yes, I have.
And can you tell us about that conversation?
I would not want to reveal conversations that I've had with my employees.
But that's exactly the kind of information the American people want to know. American people who pay your salary.
I understand this is an ongoing investigation, and
Who's all doing the investigating at Secret Service? I know the Inspector General, but is there also an internal investigation in addition to the Inspector General?
We are conducting a mission assurance investigation internally, yes.
You know what it looks like, Director? It looks like you won't answer some pretty basic questions. It looks like you got a 9% raise and you cut corners when it came to protecting one of the most important individuals, most well-known individuals on the planet. A former president, likely the guy who's going to be the next president. Looks like you guys were cutting corners. That's what it looks like to me. Is that true?
I am here today because I want to answer questions, but I also want to be cautious.
You might want to, but you haven't answered. I don't think you've answered one question from the chairman, the ranking member, or me. Well, we got a lot of other people asking. We'll see if your record improves. But right now, you haven't answered, I don't think, any questions. I yield back.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Talk about coming in hot. Representative Jim Jordan is not going to hold back. He's not sparing her any longer, guys. We can't keep placating or covering for this lady, Kimberly Cheatle. She's supposed to be the director of service for the Secret Service, guys. Excuse me. And she can't answer any of the, the basic questions, guys. How many times? Let me know how many times, the president, his security detail has requested more manpower and you guys have denied the request. She can't answer, simple questions, basic questions as simple as that. I don't think she deserves that 9% raise that they're saying that she was granted. I mean, come on. She's cutting all corners. He's putting it, as simple as and cut as dry as it could be. She's cutting corners and she's getting paid to do it. She's tasked with the responsibility of protection of the former, not only the former, but the next president of the United States. And she can't even do that. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I don't know if I would trust Miss Kimberly Cheatle to be the director of security at my local mall. I mean, it just seems like she is the biggest ball dropper. And then she doesn't have any accountability or answers for her actions. It seems like that she wanted this to happen. I mean, what other reason do we have to believe that she has no answers? Even Jim Jordan's a little astonished. Like, you weren't briefed on how many times you denied the request. You knew you were coming into a hearing that was going to, we're going to address that. Like, how did you and your team, your personnel, not go over this in the briefing? I can't believe that. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheatle is out of her mind if she thinks that she's going to be able to play this game for much longer with any, without any consequences for acts. I feel like they're going to start coming after her, holding her feet to the fire. They're going to have to, if they want answers, they want true justice to be served for these actions of negligence by Miss Kimberly Cheatle, because she is definitely responsible. Her and her team, said to be a director. I hate to put it on one person, but if you're the director, you're the person at the top that's supposed to be overseeing, making sure that everything runs smoothly. It's your fault at the end of the day. And her negligence is exactly why, events like what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania, were able to occur. It almost seemed like she wanted to enable this act or assist it to occur. She was, put up for the task, because this is no way that you handle yourself as a director of Secret Service. You would think you'd have a little bit more composure. I'm just truly not a huge fan of the way Miss Kimberly Cheatle is carrying herself, especially in this hearing. She has no excuses for not having any answers. If all of us American people are tasked with the responsibility, have to come to work prepared every single day or face the music, so should she, guys. It goes from all the way from the bottom all the way up to top level. No matter if you're, you think you're more important than answering or the obligations that you signed up for. Definitely hop in the comment section, guys. Let me know your thoughts. What we just, the explosion inside of that hearing as Representative Jim Jordan absolutely torches, flames up. The director of Secret Service, Miss Kimberly Cheatle, has her left on her heels, stumbling around, fumbling. Says she didn't find one answer during that entire questioning, that entire hearing. It just seems like she was lost for words, guys. Hop in the comment section and let me know your thoughts. Does she know something else? Is she hiding or covering things up, or does she simply just not know anything and need removal? Either way, guys, hop in the comment section and let me know what are the next steps for Miss Kimberly Cheatle, the so-called director of Secret Service, guys. Does she get removed? Does she face jail? What's happening next, guys? Hop in the comment section. Let me know your your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that share button. Share this out to as many Facebook friends as possible. Guys, share the truth. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button. Doesn't cost you one thing. You guys hit that like button for your boy. Also, with that subscribe button as we're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. I'll catch you guys on the next week. Go.